So there you are, that's corned beef made, any joint of meat. It doesn't have to be brisket. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing corned beef. We did corned beef the other day. We made it for a can, all the rest of it. We're making a joint of corned beef that everybody enjoys at St. Patrick's Day, whatever. Or even a joint of corned beef for sandwiches, go with cabbage, mash, whatever you like. It's a straightforward corned beef, and we're going to prove it doesn't have to be brisket. Everybody copies everybody's recipe and bleats on about it being brisket. Okay, this joint of meat in front of me here is Australian beef cube roll, and that in America is ribeye roll. Now we are going to do this slightly different to everybody else. As per usual, we're making it easy. It's an easy recipe. So that's our cube roll, ribeye roll. In here we have a bundle of spices. So our spices are listed in the description as per usual. I am not using whole spices, I'm using ground spices, so that makes a difference. Now what we have to do is mix all that together, and we want to split it half-half. Half is going on the meat, half is going to be kept for cooking. So all that in there, and we're going to give that a good mix in there so it's all together, and then we're going to split it roughly. We're going to eyeball it actually, half-half. So we've got a little tub here, look, and we're just going to go that in there. I'm not even measuring it, it's about half. Now to our spice mix, salt. This is pink curing salt. Because of the video the other day, I'll point out verbally and not just in the description, it's 2.5 grams per kilogram of meat in there. Let's give that a mix. Okay, our meat, you can be really, begins with an A, but I'll say pedantic, and you can take all this fat off and all this and all this, or you can be like me and not give a monkeys. Okay, we need to cure the meat, and it's going to be pressure cooked, mine. Now you can put it in a slow cooker, anything like that, so the fat won't make a blind bit of difference that's on there. It's going to be cooked off. So unless you want to be really pedantic, I'm not bothering. I just don't see the bother. Okay, this is our spices going on here. Now we're going to rub this on here. We're going to give it a little minute, and then it's going in a bag. It's going to go in a bag. It's going to be sealed. Now whether you use a Ziploc bag or you vacuum seal it, I'm going to vacuum seal this one today, but it'll be a loose vacuum because it's full of water, and it's going to be put in the fridge for between 5 to 7 days. Now this is only going to have 5 days. This is a 1.6 kilo, just over actually, joint of beef. So obviously depending on the size of the meat, the spice mix for this as a rub and a mix to cook with is enough for a 2 kilo joint. However, the crucial bit, like we've just pointed out, is the curing salt. Make sure the curing salt is 2.5 grams per kilogram of meat. Okay, we're going to put our meat in our bag. Okay, that's our meat in our bag. Now we're going to cover it in water, submerge it in water, and that will be our brine, and then we're going to seal the bag. I think there's enough there to cover that, look. So all we've got to do now is seal it. Okay, that is our sealed meat there, look. Same as doing it in a Ziploc bag. That is our meat. So that goes in the fridge, and then every day we just turn it over. Every single day for 5 days, and then turn it back again. And that is going to cure our beef, and then we'll carry on. Okay, we're back 5 days. It's been in the fridge and we've turned it every single day for 5 days. That should be our meat cured. What we have to do is drain it and rinse it. So we are just going to cut this bag in the sink, drain all the fluid out, and we're going to rinse the meat. So it's very straightforward. Just cut that off there. Grab our fantastic meat and we're going to give it a rinsing. You can already see it's going to be a good corned beef. It's already a beautiful pink colour. Try not to splash everywhere. Okay, that's our beef. It's a lovely pink colour already. Right, I'm using the Instant Pot, okay? There's instructions in there to use a slow cooker or stovetop in the description. I'm using the Instant Pot because I want to cook this instantly. Our beef has to go in the Instant Pot liner. So I'm going to chuck a little bit of water in there already. I've got a stock cube of a world famous brand. I always use a stock cube if I can. Just going to give that a second in there, let it dissolve. We don't need it sticking on the bottom when this heats up, so make sure you dissolve it. Our spices that we had left, okay, if you remember, we used half on the meat to cure, and we have half of those spices left. They go in here now. We are going to cook that meat with those spices. So you can give that a little stir around, and then we're going to dump our meat in there. Just like that. Okay, we want enough cold water to cover the meat. So we want a little bit more. So there you go, that will do very nicely. That's our meat submerged in our Instant Pot liner in the Instant Pot. And it goes. Put your lid on. Okay, pressure cook this 75 minutes high pressure. So we go to pressure cook, and then we go 60 minutes is an hour, obviously, and then we want another 75 minutes. Okay, it's going to cook at high pressure. 75 minutes, it's on, it's started, it's going to build up pressure. When it builds up pressure, then it will count down and start cooking. After it's cooked for 75 minutes, we let it pressure release naturally 15 minutes, and then we flick the switch, release the pressure, and take the meat out. That's it. 15 minutes natural pressure release, and then we'll release the pressure. Okay, we've got 16 minutes on the clock, so it's naturally pressure release. Now we can just manually. Oh, look at that goodness in there. We'll just let that have a little second to steady itself down a little bit, and then we're going to take that meat out and stand it on a tray to cool down. So are we ready for this? Let's have this beef out of here. and on here. So that's our corned beef on there, look. And all we're going to do is let it rest, let it settle, because obviously it's just come out of boiling fluid. Let it settle and we'll cut slice. So let's just come in here like this. So there you are, that is corned beef made, any joint of meat. It doesn't have to be brisket. The taste test. Look at that corned beef. Just look at that. It's incredible. Look at this, how tender it is. It's falling apart. That is sensational. Amazing. Let's have some mustard. Oh, come on. Bit of cabbage. Bit of corned beef. Bit of mash. Look how tender this corned beef is. Look at it. I'll demonstrate with this piece. Look. Look, look, look. That is superb. That is corned beef made with any joint of meat. That is superb. And I can tell you right now that this is not salty. It is not overpowering with salt in any way whatsoever. It is absolutely delicious. You've got a nice underlying flavour of those spices that we cook with it. It is absolutely superb. So if you like what we're doing, share with your friends. Tell them about this. Anybody can make corned beef with any joint of beef. It doesn't have to be brisket, as proven. If you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, catch you in the next video.